hello there people. Are you having trouble winning a gun game match? Well, I'm the Gaming Scientist, and in this video, I'm going to show you a little something about winning some gun game. If you get value out of this video, please like and subscribe down below. It helps me out, and I hope to help you out with more challenge videos I upload later. But you came here to see how to become a god at gun game, so let's get into it. Now, while I can't promise that you're going to win every gun game by following these tips, I will say that you'll get at least top 3 in your games by following me. Aww. So please watch the whole thing so you get all the tips needed for this game mode. First thing is learn the spawn system. If you play free for all, you probably already know how it works and where to look for these people spawning at. So first thing, stay on the edges of the map. The middle of the map is a bad place in most maps for several reasons. First thing is that hardly nobody will spawn in the middle of the map, making it hard for you to move up the leaderboard. Another thing is that while people may not stay in the middle, they are going to keep on peeking in and making you look out for all the entrances at once. At the same time, if you stay on the outside, it will make it where you only have to pay attention to what's in front of you and what's coming from the side. So something that's extremely important about spawns in the game, Call of Duty wants you to get revenge when you die. What they do is when you kill somebody, they'll spawn not too far away from you. So don't stay in the same spot that you just killed them from because they know where you are now and they're coming to get you like the guy off a Taken. If you understand this, you can use this against them sometimes and set a trap for them coming back to that spot. The game's going to do this 2 or 3 times before it gives up and spawns them on the other side of the map so they don't get mad at you and report you for cheating. In the new Blueprint gun game, it's a little harder to figure out because they aren't only changing the blueprints every match, but they're changing the guns too. Because why not, you know? The only thing that stays consistent is the classic gun that you'll come up with next. I'll show you the order on screen right now. You might want to pause it right here while you're playing the next gun game because it can help you out a lot if you know the next type of gun. And here's how. So you want to start off the game in close quarter part of the map because it's better for your pistol, shotgun, and SMG. When you hit that first assault at gun 4, start making some distance because the assault and LMG are okay for both short and long ranges. And with that distance, you're now set up for the sniper that comes next. And if you look at the end of that gun and there's a silencer, good luck. These take the longest for me to get off because you're going to need a headshot to get a kill or they're going to give you a hit marker, turn around, and then murk you. After that sniper though is the SMG. But try not to be in a place where you're going to be super close to them because next is the assault, LMG, and the launcher. I don't think they have blueprints for launchers, so it's just the base model. And most of the time it's going to give you the bazooka, which just sucks. They should have never put the thing in the game. It is so trash. You need to hit them with a direct impact or get them after they just fought somebody else in a week. Because if you don't get them on that first shot, you can write out pie. It takes so long to reload. I had one game that I took 2 or 3 hits without ever healing completely and still came out alive. Anyways, after you get rid of that, it's a shotgun. Then try to stay mid-range and it'll go through SMG to assault back to SMG. And then go a little further away from everybody with the assault rifle you get next. So you'll be ready for that last sniper you get. And then after that comes another pistol that you can use to close the gap before you get to your last weapon, your ice axe. If you don't already know, you can kill them with both the ice axe or the throwing knives as your final kill as long as you throw it. If you just stab them with the ice axe, then it's just going to count as a humiliation and send them back a gun instead of giving you the win. Actually, I think it makes more sense to try with that ice axe because if you throw the knife, it is a smaller area that it has to hit to count. The axe will actually make a wider swing going through the air, and if you would have just missed right over the head of that person with the knife, you might not with the axe. But I can understand not thinking about that at the time and just use the knife. I have a big problem with that because I don't use the axe enough. Also at the same time, if you wait to throw the axe and miss both your throw knives because you suck with these things like me, if you throw the axe first, you'll have to start punching, which will take 2 hits. They might stab you and send you back a gun when you go to get in close. So I can understand the reason for doing both. Now, how to just play. You never want to go away from cover when you find somebody. Try to get behind a wall if you can while you're in the middle of a gun change. That's how I end up dying half the time, is that they catch me when I'm switching like some punks. Also, don't worry about turning around unless you've been there for a second or you're entering a new room and checking your corners. I see a lot of people like to run for a second, stop, turn around, and see if anybody's behind them. That stop actually gives them a chance to catch up to you and kill you while you're in the middle of turning around. The best thing to do is just to not run in complete straight lines and make sure there's some behind you to block a shot. Like right here, I hear the shot, and instead of turning around to check if somebody's coming for me, I run away from that door as quick as I can and make sure to turn a couple corners so he might lose me. This will be easier on maps that you've played a lot of. The last thing that I'm going to do for you is go through all the maps that I remember playing gun game on. I couldn't find a list of maps that they made available for this mode, so I'm sorry if you go on a map that I don't cover right here, but that's the reason why. So let's start with Casablanca. This is actually my favorite side of this map to start off. I'll stay over here and can normally find 2 or 3 people over here at one time. They'll come a decent amount coming from behind this building. You can sometimes catch them running down here, but it's kind of rare. Same thing about coming through this door running into this side. If you come around from this building though, I've caught a couple people running to that door. Be careful coming out here because normally there's somebody camping in that corner waiting for somebody to come out. For your short range guns, I like to stay in this hallway and catch people running around here. If nobody's coming, you can go through this door to catch that same guy who's camping there. They're never really ready for people to come around right here. If you have something long range, I normally just come out right here ready to shoot in that corner. If you're on the other side of the map, then I would stay in this area. It isn't as fast paced as the other side, but you can still get a person around here every couple of seconds. Check out the stairs because people are on them a lot. Also check out around the buses, but from over here, I want to go into them because they'll come from all sides if you go over there. This is the furthest I'll go to check out this corner over here, and then maybe check up these stairs, but I'll check that last because this is too far out in the open for me. Next up is Decoy. This side is my favorite, but you can still have an okay amount of people over here. I stay in this area right here. People like to come through this path right here. They'll sometimes come out of this building, but not nearly the same amount as right here. I come into here, make sure nobody's coming through. Just keep jumping out to make sure nobody's coming through that path. People will also spawn over here in the corner if you're in this building. For short range guns, you can come in here to catch them. And when you have a sniper or something, I like to come right here to catch them. Even if they come running through here, they normally don't look in this corner for anybody. But let's show you my favorite spot on the map. Right here. People are constantly coming through here that you can pick off. And there's normally fights going on over here that you can third party and might even go through 2 guns. Look for people hiding behind these 2 cars right here coming out these doors. For short range guns, I would stay back here. People spawn over here. You can pop around the side and catch more people. For your longer range guns, come over here. Just don't run out into open too much, or else you'll be third party. Bocage is one of my favorite maps to play on. If you're going for the win, don't stay in the middle. But if you're just playing for fun and don't care about winning, then you can have a lot of fun. I would run in between these 2 buildings. People are constantly spawning and coming through these. If you're going to do this, look in this corner right here because this is a hot spawn and people will just stay at it. I don't really see anybody out here in the courtyard area, but check this corner when you're coming into the door because people love to stay back here. And then if you have something that's good with long range, you can look in that back spawn past those doors for people running this way. Run to the other building, but make sure to check this alley, and sometimes people run up these stairs here, then come through and start the circle right back again. But like I said, that's too hectic for me. There's too many people with too many corners to check. Over here is a lot slower of play, but still gets enough kills to win the game. I don't really see a lot of people coming from this way, so check it, but I might only get 1 or 2 kills over here a game. So don't expect a whole lot out of it. A lot of people will spawn in the back here, so keep checking your corners. Check the same spot I was talking about down this hallway for people camping or just running through the building. And those are really the top 3 spots on this side that I look for people at. My favorite spot on the map though is over here by that tank. It's faster paced over here than that side, but you don't have to worry about as many places to watch out for. For your longer shots, you can normally find people running up and down this trench. The spawns back here in the woods are very active, so make sure to check if anybody's coming out of these 3 entrances. You might catch somebody camping over by the other tank, waiting for you to pop your head out, but it isn't that common as it is in team games. I don't really see anybody coming to the back through that entrance. If they are coming this way, they'll come this way and hop over this ledge. I do see people running towards the middle through here though, so keep an eye out. Just don't be worried about somebody coming through it as much as any of the other places. Hotel Royal is one that I didn't really get to play much of, so if you have some better spots, let people know down in the comments to help out others. This is actually the side that I like to stay on more because it will constantly feed people. I like to come in this hallway and stay behind this pillar. The kitchen constantly has people running in and out of it. Make sure to watch people coming out of the bathroom right here. And when you have a sniper or something, I would come right here and just wait for them to come out of it. I don't really see a lot of people coming through here, so I wouldn't worry about it as much. They'll normally go through the kitchen. And you can still look down here for people coming into the hallway from the other side. But if you want it slower, they come over here, people spawn over here, and you have this long stretch that normally people run into that central building. Check these two corners because that's where they're going to spawn from. And make sure to keep looking at that ramp on the other side for people coming down off the roof. I do pretty well in Sphere. This is my better side of the map, especially right here. This is a hot spot and everybody knows it. You can see people coming from the top of the hill and can come out to see people coming from underground. People are constantly running through here and you have plenty of cover to hide behind so that you can heal for a second if you need to. Make sure to keep checking for people coming through that cave to get behind you and for people coming from underground because it's a big problem over here. If you have long range weapons, it's best to stay up here, but if you have a shotgun or something, I like to come over here where people are going to be a lot closer to you most of the time. And when I have a sniper, I like to come up here through the cave and wait for people to come up those stairs on the other side. If you get stuck on the other side, right here has decent spawns around it. You can come up here, see people coming up from the hill. You don't really have to worry about people waiting up here a lot, except for over there by that tower. People don't come up this way. You might get somebody who spawns in this corner right here, but that's about it. Like I said, that tower is the main problem up here. They'll be on either side of it waiting for people. This is the main place though that you need to worry about. The back and people coming from down here. They like to come around the corner right here while I'm paying attention to the back side, and that will catch me off guard. But you can go a little bit closer to this house where is the constant spawn point back here. I think you pronounce it Demyansk. If I'm getting that wrong, I'm sorry, I failed English. So it's kind of expected, right? This is the slower side of the map, but compared to some of the other maps, it will still be fast paced. I like to stay around this building. People are constantly running back here from the bridge and that tank. I never really get hit out here because nobody's camping on that side of the map like they do in team games. But here's the main spot to be. As long as you're in front of this building, people will spawn in this corner and run out this way normally, not ready for somebody waiting for them. They also might run into the lake, so keep checking out there for people. So what I'll do is keep running back and forth. By the time I get a kill over here and walk back over here, my new gun is ready and somebody's usually coming up this way from behind that tank. If it starts to get slow, go through this door and check out this hill. Never go around the building this way because there's normally somebody camping right here waiting for you. But if you're right here, you don't have that danger. And if they're far enough up the hill, you might see the tip of their gun right around here and just start shooting. You might get that kill. They normally aren't ready for people coming from right here. They're mainly only paying attention to that alley. On the other side of the map is where I love to be though. All I do is make circles around these logs. Check over here because there are two spawns over here that still get used even though you're fairly close to them. You also might need to check for people coming around this tank every once in a while. I never really see anybody coming down this alley except for at the beginning of the game. I would care a lot more about this door. They love to come through those windows on the other side of this building. And inside those trees, there's always somebody hiding. You can actually third party a lot of people over there because they'll spawn 2 people over there at a time. I try to stay on the far side of this log stack. That way I can duck behind it for cover if I need it. I normally don't go to the other side of the stack unless I haven't seen anybody for a second. Tuscan can be a fast or slow depending on the people that you're playing with. If I'm on this side, I like to stay in this courtyard. People will spawn behind this tank a lot and run towards the church. I like to peek in here but not go into it because it can get pretty hectic inside of here because it's a popular spot for everybody, especially up these stairs. And when you get a sniper or something long range, you can normally come over here and catch somebody running down here, but don't come over here if you have something short range because people will camp on the other side waiting for you to pop your head out too. This part of the map is always dead. No one really goes into the center. I will sometimes catch people hiding up right over here waiting for stragglers, but even that isn't a constant thing. This though is the faster paced side of the map. I like to stay in this alley right here, get a good look back at the spawn, chill with my guy, get this look from anyone coming from church. I don't really see anybody come out of here, so I wouldn't worry about this too much, but a lot of people do try to come through this, so make sure to keep a good eye on it. I wouldn't go no further out this way. You can still get a shot from somebody coming out of this building without having to worry about these people coming from here. So you have long range, short range right here. The other side, this long path to catch some people. I actually just keep running this path right here the whole game. Look out here, check behind, check that spawn, check to see the Holy Spirit, and then make sure nobody's coming through here to get behind me before I start back. And if you need a break for a second, come back here, chill with my man Chester, and basically all spawns seem to be cut off every time I come back over here. I go from everybody trying to get me to nobody coming back here for even a peek. Now let's talk about the newest map, Desolation. Of course, I don't know this map extremely well, so again, you might know some better spots to hang out. This whole area right here is a death trap to me, all the way from past those rocks to over here. There's way too many people that spawn back here and way too many places to check for people coming out from. If I'm on this side of the map, I like to stay on this hill. A lot of people come from that side, and there's no one that can see you from behind. I thought somebody might be able to get on that ledge for a second, but I couldn't find a way up. If you can get on this ledge somehow, let me know down in the comments. Anyways, check behind every once in a while. Poke your head around and you might catch somebody running on the ledge and then come back over here. Be careful about going out too far because people will come out this way from the hut. That's why I stop right here, because they won't be able to see me until they drop and turn around if they're coming from there. The best spot I found on this map though is on the opposite corner of the map. You have this long stretch right here that always has somebody running down it for your sniper to pick them off. And if you stay over here, it lets people spawn in that corner over there, and you can turn around to get them with your shorter range guns. And if no one's coming from either of those, they come around here. People like to run through this trench a lot. They funnel through all of these alleys into here. So just make sure not to get too exposed when you come to check it. Something else I like to do over here is stand right here if I have a short range gun. This wall stops me from getting sniped across the map, and people love to run up those stairs to play King of the Hill with me. Numa is another one that didn't pop up too much for me. On this side of the map, I found this trench normally kept me kind of protected with enough targets to move the leaderboard. They love that cave system, so check there a lot. You can sometimes catch people peeking down here to try to shoot you, and then watch out over here. I didn't really see anybody on the top like I do in team games. They normally were coming from the bottom of this fort. The spot that I was getting really good kills with was over here by these tanks. People flocked over here all game, from over there and the fort over here. No one spawns behind you as long as you don't go in front of these tanks. And the whole time that you're checking these spots for people, you have plenty of protection back here from people trying to sneak up on you. Dome is probably one of the worst maps to get if you like slower paced games. In the middle right here is just death. Try to stay out of here as much as possible because nowhere is safe. I like to stay on either side of this big building. That way I don't have to worry about a third to fifth party gunfight sometimes. I don't like going up here because it's way too open. Over here is the same thing. I guess I'm a bottom bunk kind of guy. This map is too fast paced for me sometimes though. You have to have aimbot or something to survive 1 minute out in the open. So something that I ended up doing is coming down here. No one really stays down here, so I'll just come over here and camp for people running up here. Plenty of people were spawning up there and they would just run this way to either jump down here or come be a lookout. Just remember to come check behind you every couple kills, especially through here, because even being that close, they will still spawn people right here. Eagle's Nest is one that I didn't do too well in. On this side of the map, I would stay on this path behind these rocks. No one will spawn right here, and you have two hot places to look at. People love to come through these gates right here, and people love to come in this little patio area. These are my two main places to check over here, but check here too, because not as many people come through here, but they will try to sneak behind you over here. You can stay back here and get some long shots, or come up here if you have a shotgun or something to get closer to them. I also like these back steps on the other side. People are constantly spawning in the back over here, so make sure to keep an eye out for somebody. Come check down this hallway if you have something kind of long range, and make sure to check this side room because people always love coming over here to this window and camp to look down this side of the building. And the last is probably my favorite map build gun game, sub pens. I love to stay in these two rooms right here. I never see people coming from this way, coming into the room, so you don't really have to worry about over here. Just stay over here, practice your figure eights like you're a nice skater, and be ready for people to pop down these stairs. Sometimes people look down from up here, So just glance up there, and while they aren't coming in from this way, they do spawn over here. So keep checking to make sure there isn't anybody in here. So be careful coming around the corner because they might be waiting for you. Something I like to do when I have a sniper is come beside this truck and wait for somebody to come down the stairs. If you miss the first time and you have a bolt action, you can just walk this side over here, and even if they run at you, they probably won't make it to this door before you had the chance to re-rack. That way you'll get a second chance to shoot them when they come around the corner. Of course, watch out for people up here. They don't camp as bad as they do in team games, but I have seen people up there. The other place of this map that I like is this little hallway. Check on this warehouse side, check the stairs for people coming up it, and I like to stay at the bottom of these stairs. If you come up, people might be waiting on the other side of this office through one of these two holes and end up catching you off guard. So as a rule, I'll come in here and just look up, but I won't go up there. There aren't a lot of people that will stay on the sub in the middle, so I don't really worry about that. But if I do see somebody out there, it's probably back here near this other shed on the other side. Now I would suggest you go to this next video where I talk about getting a lot of kills. You can use these important tips to help you get on top of that leaderboard. Also, again, if you got value out of this, please like and subscribe. I hope you have a good day, and I hope to see you again.